on board with us this morning. We're going to talk some sports medicine. And joining me live is my good friend, Dr. Joe Congini, Sports Medicine Center at Akron Children's Hospital. Good morning, Joe.
Hey, Ray. Good morning.
Thank you. Same to you.
Yeah, though a little bit of a sad story, but I think one that everybody, all Clevelanders, know a little bit about and have followed through the years. We haven't talked about concussion in a while. In a career of treating concussion, I think we all kind of feel good about the fact that we've improved in the last decade. Things have gotten better, with a lot of the things that we've looked into for prevention and other things and rules changes and so forth. We've had a lot of talk about those things here. But we still worry about some of the chronic issues of concussion, which really made this a frightening issue 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. We think we're doing better, but we still hear stories about CTE, that brain damage injury that people get later on when they've had concussions, or ALS or Parkinson's are also related to chronic concussions. And the sad local story was, a few weeks ago, was the story about our Cleveland legend and really folk hero in our area is Bernie Kosar. The story, like so many others in this area, had a lot of ups and downs to it. It's really strange. We knew there were times where he was really struggling. You could actually see those. And then there were times where he was doing very well and sportscaster for games and pregame shows and other things and doing well. So the one thing about Bernie, always so loyal, and he really stuck by Northeast Ohio. And I was at an event at the Hall of Fame not long ago and saw Bernie there. So really, really a friend of Northeast Ohio. It came out that now he's facing a battle against Parkinson's and cirrhosis, two difficult chronic degenerative diseases. And I read a little bit more about it. And struggling with those, he's got another battle ahead of him. And so we're rooting for the best for Bernie's battle. The one thing that really struck me in a few of the articles I read was that he felt that it seemed that in his career he probably had upwards of around 100 concussions. Wow. And even more concerning to us, a real significant symptom that we see occasionally, and you and I have talked about, he felt like he probably had 15 concussions or 15 seizures in his career as well with these concussions. So that's very concerning. And I just wanted to tell you a brief story. You know that I got out in Ohio and gave a lot of talks at high schools and communities about concussions, more so maybe pre-COVID. And about 15 years ago, I went to about an hour drive to a smaller Ohio town. I'm not going to mention who the player was. But I gave a talk, and afterwards a lot of people come up and ask me their individual stories. And a family member came up to me, and very quickly as he told me the story, I knew who the player was. He played at a large college in Ohio and played about 5 or 6 years in the NFL, and then had concussion problems and retired to the banking world. And the thing that was so surprising as his brother, even with tears in his eyes, as he had just lost his brother not long before that, with him passing away, he said that he worked up to the last week in the bank doing his job, an executive position in the bank. Up to the last week, he was able to work and function, and yet he had very extensive CTE and brain damage. And so this is one of those. Concussion is just a very difficult medical condition to understand well. And, we talk about it more on the acute basis, and we will more again this year. But in the chronic world, a lot of times we don't know about it till much later. So at this point, really, I think we're doing some better with concussion in the last 10 years. I have the ability over time to kind of see that and see where the changes and improvements have been. But also I wanted to take a moment for thoughts and prayers to really a Cleveland hero. Like our town, he had a lot of ups and downs. And so just prayers for Bernie Kosar and his family this morning as he battles these chronic degenerative conditions.
Yeah, certainly a sad story, and we all wish Bernie well, that's for sure. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate the time and visit, my friend.
Okay, have a great week, Ray. Good to talk to you again.
You got it. Dr. Joe Congini, Sports Medicine Center, Akron Children's Hospital, with us live this morning.